Subscribe to our channel and click on the bell button to receive important financial updates faster than anybody else.
Friends, welcome to another video on profit and equities. In this video, we'll be talking about 10 small cap stocks from Vijay Kedia's portfolio for the year 2019. Also friends, if you are benefited by the content that we produce on our channel, please don't forget to share these videos. This helps the channel grow and motivates us to create more such content for you in the future. Also, please subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so, as here you will get all the latest market information at the earliest. Please watch this video to know more. Now the first stock on the list is Everest Industries Limited, which is available at Rs 405.00 and the face value for it is 10. The holding for Vijay Kedia in this particular company is 6.08%. The symbol for it is EVERESTIND. Now Everest Industries Limited is engaged in manufacturing and trading of building products such as roofing products, boards and panels, other building products and accessories, and manufacturing and erection of pre-engineered steel buildings and related accessories. Now the company has been choppy throughout the entire year and no major wealth has been created here. The company is a small cap with a market capitalization of 633.27 crores. The EPS of 44.35 translates into a dirt cheap price to earnings ratio of 9.13 when compared with the industry PE of 14.86. The price to book ratio of 1.60 is also not wildly expensive. The company has a debt to equity of 0.7367, whereas the return on equity for this stock is 0.0309. The dividend yield is 1.60%, whereas the promoter holding is just about average at 48.10%. None of the promoters holding is placed. The 52-week high is 597.50, whereas the 52-week low for the stock is 375.60. Now the second stock on the list is Repro India Limited, which is available at Rs 551.30 and the face value for it is 10. Vijay Kedia's holding in this particular stock stands at 6.51%. The symbol for it is REPRO. Now Repro India Limited is a provider of content, print and fulfillment solutions. The company is engaged in printing of magazines and other periodicals, books and brochures, maps, atlases, posters and others. The company's product range includes textbooks, supplementary books, higher education books, distance learning, test preps and vocational courseware. Now as is evident from the 1-year chart, the company has not really done much and has been an underperformer for the majority of the year. The company is a small cap with a market capitalization of 633.79 crores. The EPS of 25.25 translates into an expensive price to earnings ratio of 21.83 when compared with the industry PE of 10.32. The price to book ratio of 2.55, however, is not wildly expensive. The company did not pay out any dividends, whereas the promoter holding is slightly above average at 55.33%. None of the promoters holding is placed. The 52-week high is 774, whereas the 52-week low for the stock stands at 527. Now the third stock on the list is Cheviot Company, which is available at Rs 656.75 and the face value for it is 10. The holding for Vijay Kedia in this particular company stands at 1.56%. The symbol for it is CHEVIOT. Now Cheviot Company Limited is engaged in the manufacturing and sale of jute goods. The company's geographical segments are within India and outside India. It owns Cheviot Jute Mills in West Bengal. The company manufactures jute products and jute fabrics to cater to both domestic and the international market. Now as is evident from the 1-year chart, the company has been on a downtrend and a lot of wealth has been eroded here. The company is a small cap with a market capitalization of 424.71 crores. The EPS of 72.46 translates into a price to earnings ratio of 9.06, which is largely in line with the industry PE of 9.64. The price to book ratio of 0.85, however, is very cheap. The company has a debt to equity of 0.0290, whereas the return on equity for this stock is 0.1054. The dividend yield is 0.15%, whereas the promoter holding is a strong number and stands at 74.76%. Also, none of the promoters holding is placed. The 52-week high is 1106.67, whereas the 52-week low is 652.05. The fourth stock on the list is Kopi Company, which is available at Rs 87.40 and the face value for it is 1. The holding for Vijay Kedia in this particular company stands at 1.01%. The symbol for it is KOKUYOCMLN. Now, Kopi Company Limited is a holding company engaged in the business of dealing in consumer products. The company's products are classified into three business segments, which are school and education products, fine art and hobby materials, and office stationery products. Now, this company has also not created any major wealth and is closing the year at a level below which it started it. The market capitalization is 876.66 crores, which means that the company is a small cap one. The EPS of 1.64 translates into a very expensive price to earnings ratio of 53.29 when compared with the industry PE of 10.32. The price to book ratio of 3.68 is also on the high side. The company does not pay out any dividends, whereas the promoter holding is a strong number and stands at 74.99%. Also, none of the promoters holding is pledged. The 52-week high is 154.20, whereas the 52-week low for the stock is 86.40. Now, the next stock on the list is Apcotex Industries Limited, which is available at Rs 451.35 and the face value for it is 5. The holding for Vijay Kedia in this particular company stands at 1.12%. The symbol for it is APCOTEXIND. Now, Apcotex Industries Limited is engaged in the business of producing synthetic emulsion polymers. Now, as is evident from the 1-year chart, the company has not really done much and has generally underperformed. The market cap of the company is 936.01 crores, which means that the company is a small cap one. The EPS of 20.92 translates into a price to earnings ratio of 21.58, which is slightly more expensive when compared with the industry PE of 16.48. The price to book ratio of 3.80 is also slightly on the high side. The company has a dividend yield of 1.33%, whereas the promoter holding is above average and stands at 57.93%. Also, none of the promoters holding is pledged. The 52-week high is 668.70, whereas the 52-week low for the stock stands at 430.05. Now, the next stock on the list is Panasonic Energy India Company, which is available at Rs 185.75 and the face value for it is 10. Vijay Kedia's holding in this particular company stands at 1.24%. The symbol for it is PANAENERG. Now, this particular company is engaged in the manufacturing and supplying of dry cell batteries and lighting products. The company's products include zinc carbon batteries, alkaline batteries, torches and rechargeable batteries. Now, this company has been on a consistent downtrend for the entire year. The company is a borderline stock between a micro cap and a small cap, and the market capitalization here stands at 139.31 crores. The EPS of 9.55 translates into a price to earnings ratio of 19.45, which is slightly more expensive when compared with the industry PE of 16.60. The price to book ratio of 1.36, however, is not wildly expensive. The company has a good dividend yield of 3.77%, whereas the promoter holding is also above average at 58.06%. The 52-week high for the company stands at 405.00, whereas the 52-week low stands at 180. None of the promoters holding is pledged. Now, the next stock on the list is the stock which Vijay Kedia has put forward as his top pick for 2019, and the stock in question is Everest Global. Now, this stock is available at Rs 609.15 and the face value for it is 10. The holding for Vijay Kedia in this particular company stands at 2.09%. The symbol for it is VAIBHAVGBL. Now, Everest Global Limited is a holding company and is an electronic retailer of fashion jewelry and lifestyle accessories. The company owns and operates the liquidation channel in the United States and jewelry channel in the United Kingdom. It operates through wholesale business as a downstream manufacturing facility segment. Now, as is evident from the 1-year chart, the company has been choppy throughout the entire year. The company has a market capitalization of 1991.50 crores, which means that it's a small cap. The EPS of 7.92 translates into a price to earnings ratio of 76.91, which is very expensive when compared with the industry PE of 19.94. The price to book ratio of 3.66 is also slightly on the high side. The company did not pay out any dividends, whereas the promoter holding is a strong number at 65.36%. Also, none of it is pledged. The 52-week high is 775.70, whereas the 52-week low for the stock is 577.40. Now, the next stock on the list is Aztec Life Sciences, which is available at Rs 483.70 and the face value for it is 10. The holding for Vijay Kedia in this particular company stands at 1.02%. The symbol for it is ASTEC. Now, Aztec Life Sciences Limited is an India-based holding company engaged in agrochemicals, including fungicides and herbicides business. It manufactures a range of agrochemical active ingredients and pharmaceutical intermediates. Now, as is evident from the one-year chart, the company rose towards the initial few months of the year, but since then, it has been an underperformer. The company has a market capitalization of 945.76 crores, which means that the company is a small cap. The EPS of 20.50 translates into a price to earnings ratio of 23.60, which is much more cheaper when compared with the industry PE of 39.77. The price to book ratio of 5.57, however, is on the higher side. The company has a dividend yield of 0.31%, whereas the promoter holding is also a strong number at 67.33%. The 52-week high is 783, whereas the 52-week low for the stock stands at 477.15. Also, none of the promoters' holding is pledged. Now, the penultimate stock on the list is Heritage Foods, which is available at Rs 455.20, and the face value for it is 5. The holding for Vijay Kedia in this company stands at 1.01%. The symbol for it is HERITG FOOD. Now, Heritage Foods Limited, formerly Heritage Foods India Limited, is an FMCG company. The company's segments are dairy, retail, agri, bakery, and renewable energy. Its principal product services are milk, value-added products, and FMCG. Now, this company has also been an underperformer throughout the entire year. The company is a borderline stock between a small cap and a mid cap, with the market capitalization standing at 2,112.04 crores. The EPS of 17.24 translates into a price to earnings ratio of 26.40, which is much more cheaper when compared with the industry PE of 66.32. The price to book ratio of 2.71 is also not wildly expensive. The company has a dividend yield of 0.44%, whereas the promoter holding is much below average at 39.90%. The 52-week high for the company stands at 787, whereas the 52-week low for the company is 419.15. Now, the promoter's holding is pledged for this company as well. Now, the final stock on the list is Sudarshan Chemical Industries, which is available at Rs 307.00, and the face value for it is 2. The holding for Vijay Kedia in this particular company stands at 2.86%. The symbol for it is SUDARSCHEM. Now, Sudarshan Chemical Industries Limited is a holding company, and this is a color and effect pigments manufacturer. It operates through various segments which include pigments, agrochemicals, and others. Now, this company has also not really been an outperformer and has generally been on a downward trend. The company has a market capitalization of 2,125.28 crores, which again means that it's a borderline stock between a mid cap and a small cap. The price to book ratio of 4.70 is, however, on the higher side. The company has a dividend yield of 1.14%, whereas the promoter holding is just above average at 52.89%. Also, none of the promoters' holding is pledged. The 52-week high is 634.60, whereas the 52-week low for the stock stands at 290.20. Now, friends, please don't consider these to be recommendations on our part. Please go ahead and do your own research. This and all other content that you see on our channel is intended to be a piece of news. Thanks for watching, and if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please consider doing so.